Good morning. Oh, I hope everyone's having a good Friday. I always had to work Fridays, and I usually had to work the weekends as well, or at least one part of it. There was definitely an era where I had to work the entire weekend. My last gig at my job before the layoff was where everybody had at least one of the weekend days, but everybody also worked one of the weekend days. Unless you're one of the cushier, higher up ones, then you got to then you got to just get the entire weekend, but you were 9 to 5. You're kind of ups and downs, I suppose.
Not there, you're not coming in.
Let's get started. Cranking the fan at the third number today for sure. It's getting warm. Also, I put some so a thing as a man in his late 30s probably should not have learned, but I learned recently, Let me touch the volume down just a bit on the music, on the tune skirts. Oops, I just did not do volume. I did, I did where the track is. It's already on my list. It's not. I learned about icy hot patches, or different body heating, cooling, liquid stuff to be something that you take in your 30s. So I'm trying it out, because every now and then I'll throw out my back in ways that suck. Also, don't forget to take your meds, everybody. Whenever they're scheduled to be taken, that is. I have to actually come up with my good medicine schedule. Like yesterday, I didn't do my second dose that I usually do. Except for my two-timer medicines. So, always nice to save some for a rainy day, but also... Oops, forgot. Which probably led to me being tired. And my back is getting warm now, which is good. I don't know if it helps me move. It just, oh my. I was looking through my YouTube. Not only did I have the list and the video that Kara sent in yesterday, but got a bunch of new channels. It's a really interesting thing that they're doing with the algorithm, which is another reason why I kind of want to start pumping out videos on my own. For multiple reasons, I guess. But I got like a video that was some very specific. I'll see it not as the majority or even like a small percentage, but I guess maybe a small percentage is the correct version, but it's a pretty small percentage. Looking for where it is in my list, just so I can give you the proper title. Yeah, it's like repaired 2014 BRS and Soul Rep Art Lift. Here, I'll just do it just to be easier. Yeah. It's repaired 2014 BRS, whatever, in Podium Park Shopping Center, somewhere Turkey. Have I been? I've been okay. Yeah, it's been a while. There was a good year and a half plus ish where I was off. Had plans to start things up again at the beginning of this year, but then we also got notice that we were being laid off at the beginning of the year. So it's like, oh shit. So all the better time to try to do things again. I saw your message, your like alert message or your like notification message, whatever it was. It said, I don't make YouTube videos, don't ask me or something. So I was like, oh, I hope things are going okay on Matt's side. Thought I heard a noise. I've been good. I'm surprisingly optimistic about this. Oh, that was a joke? Got it. Okay. I was like, I guess he's not making YouTube videos anymore. I don't know. Gotcha. Yeah. That seems to be a natural state for people. They kind of find their upload schedule. Some people continue to find their upload schedule as they upload once every other year, it seems. But it still works out for them, one way or the other. Like I haven't posted on it, but I've started a side channel that will be... So like I have all of my my old goofy stuff and all these YouTube videos, all these YouTube lives just live up on there. That way it's an easy automatic VOD channel, right? It just will have all of them saved in order. I'm also able to go vertical, do a vertical version of the stream, which is neat. I don't really seem to get a lot of traction with it, but it's just one of those things that's possible. And I think there's supposed to be TikTok Live is supposed to be able to, like, you can watch it live and you can spin your phone and it'll change whichever source you change towards. Now, I mean, I'm trying this to be the new gig. So there's sort of like, I'm sure you've heard of Hassan Piker or Hasanabi, and there's a bunch of different, you know, if he's the sun in a galaxy, there's lots of different planets that are different orbiters of different sizes. So I'm trying to like rub elbows with some people on the outer edges of that circle, of that. I'm trying to be a small asteroid that can kind of like make its way in. And I've been working with some people locally, dude. For the DSA, which is kind of like the Democratic Socialists of America. Not a political party, but more of just like an action group. Like today, I have a thing to do at 6 or 5. I think it like get ready at 5 or whatever, but yeah. We have like some local canvassing stuff for our city, municipal owned power that we're trying to do. People own power. Where there's different, you can say different things like people own power, city owned power, municipal owned power. They all track differently and have different demographics that hate it or love it. But there's a lot of places in Florida that have their own city stuff instead of having some for-profit corporate company. This is the living room in the house that we kind of just never really use that much. So I was able to convince her as and Kara. It was a little bit of a debate, but made sure that it's still usable for movie nights. Although when she did have her movie night, they ended up just watching on a laptop instead. So I guess it's not that usable. But that studio's still good. It's still up and running. I shot a TikTok in there once. I was doing some daily TikToks for a bit. Motherfucking Diet Mountain Light. But now it's Zero Sugar Mountain Light. They changed the branding on it a bit, but so I had to make sure to change the banner and the emote so that way it matches the new bottle. I had 6 months to prepare, so I made sure to have all my eggs in a basket. Only problem was I didn't make a video. Oops. That's okay. I think it makes sense for me to get back into the practice of doing things as well. Because imagine I make some kind of great video, I share it with a bunch of streamers, they all watch and react it, they all lead all their viewers to come watch me, and I'm like, oh, gulp, I'm not really practiced at this. You've lost 80 pounds. Hell yeah, dude. I think there was a point in time, because when I first took my break, I had started my, like, personal trainer stuff, where I would hire a personal trainer, they would come to the house, and then we would do shit. And it was great to learn. I got a little bit of time with a dietitian. Damn. Dude, you're doing a hell of a lot better than I am. That's awesome. Is it just diet exercise? Is it specific keto or paleo or, you know, intermittent fasting? Like this, I've been able to control the appetite a bit better, but I've let things slide. But happy to get that back on track and fixing it. Not that it's that bad right now. Like I eat a burrito or I eat a $3 thing of nachos from Taco Bell and I'm like, wow, that's surprisingly satisfying. Doesn't really feel like, normally I would eat like, I would destroy a large portion of the order in one sitting. So for me, one of the big eureka moments was making sure to mix the different types of foods in a meal, no matter what. So even if you are going to have a snack or something, start out getting the diet, start exercising. Ooh, 1,500 a day, 5 miles a week. Okay, and then bike. Ooh, and then lift. Okay, well, you've got a system, which is good. Yeah, that was also one of the things that I was concerned about, was learning how to do the different exercises, making sure the form is right, because I'll fixate on that a little bit, both for health reasons and also because it's just a thing that I can pay attention to more than just making sure I do it. So having the trainer to kind of like build out some basic plans, find out what moves get me inspired. Like I found out that I really love deadlifts. I guess they're technically Romanian deadlifts because they're from like the ground. So I don't have like a thing that lifts it up, and I don't have like the big super wide weights that lift it off the ground a bunch. But that exercise is all like this weird hip muscle, and apparently, you know, it's one of those like multi, not a full body, but it uses a lot of different parts of these muscle groups. So there's like a full complete exercise. Like I think it's supposed to be like deadlifts and squats, and then maybe like the bench press. There's a couple of things that are considered to be one of the better, or the core workouts, whatever. 2 to 5 pounds a week. Yeah, that's about. Your goal was to start the year was 100 pounds. Wait, what? Oh, you mean like weight to lift? 100 pounds in 2025. You mean, wait, what? I should hit that point by the end of August. You mean like losing a total of 180? Or you mean losing a total of 100 pounds from 80? Got it. Yeah. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, so January 1st was when you start. I was looking up at the previous messages to make sure. Okay, so this all started this year. So that's incredibly impressive. Honestly, super good. I mean, whenever I do diets, I'll definitely lose the majority of the weight at the beginning because you're dumping out your excess shit. You're getting your water retention right and a few other things. So you'll seemingly, because like they say naturally you're supposed to be able to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. But in the first week, you might lose 5 pounds. You go, holy fuck, that's like, that shouldn't be possible. But there's also 2 to 5 pounds of body changing versus like 2 to 5 pounds of like habit changing. Yeah, a gallon I think is the right. I mean, I guess it might matter based off of like total weight or height or something, but yeah, water is a big part of it because being hydrated is important for a bunch of things. I should drink more traditional water, but I have that one hydration index saved where diet soda is considered to be technically ever so slightly better hydrating than pure water. And it's an easy source of caffeine. Better than the Mios are. But I don't even need to drink Metamucil anymore. Like as an example of a better, well-rounded diet being a thing. And because I'm really bad at eating fruits and vegetables, the life hack I've been using to make sure I inject that into my meals and into my body is using these little fruit bag things. The shit that babies eat. Like little like applesauce bags, basically. But I buy the ones, A, they're the Walmart brand because they're the cheaper version, and B, because they have a little bit of vegetables mixed in there with them. Probably not as good as just eating like a bunch of broccoli or something, but I also know I won't fucking eat a bunch of broccoli. And if you're eating something savory, like a burrito, I just eat 2 of those bags with it. It adds calories, obviously, but because it's adding a bit of sweetness and it's adding a bit of fiber and it's adding a bit of tartness, combining it with the savory stuff actually makes you feel surprisingly more full than you would normally think you would, at least for me, because I think my habit was I would get one thing of food and just eat that until I felt happy. And, you know, spoiler, you never feel happy. So you just keep grazing and eating. So if I had like a bag of granola, or I had a bag of cereal, or a bunch of different Taco Bell burritos, and they're all the kind of the same style of flavors, whatever it is, because it's not a full, complete meal, it's easier to overeat or to feel like you still want to eat. Because your body's like, I still want something else, but all you're giving it is this. So it's like, I guess I'll just keep eating this until we feel good. It's definitely a what is it? It's a simplification of an entire process, and it's also hyper specific to my lifestyle and body and all the different stuff. But hey, if you struggled in a way that's similar to me, then that could be helpful, and hopefully it was. Yeah, cheese sauces and breads are kind of stealth because you know some of the classics, like, okay, you know, baked potato, I know that's got a lot in it or something, or you know, like, okay, ice cream, easy, cut the ice cream out. I'll just have a chicken salad sandwich. Oh, and I'll put a little bit of this, like, you know, sauce on it or whatever, and it's just like, wait a second, you know. Or you eat some chicken, but then you drown it in like barbecue sauce or something, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on, like, take a look. Even like the McDonald's hamburger versus McDonald's cheeseburger has a shit ton of fat added with that cheese, and the cheese isn't even that good, honestly. Like, it's nice, but it's just honestly just not that good, you know. So being able to use it more sparingly, or even cutting out some of the unnecessary forms of it, yeah. Milk is one that I haven't really had a problem with because I just don't drink that much milk. I've never been a big milk boy. I think when I was a little kid, well, I say little, elementary school, I think because we had so much milk around the house, I would just like occasionally get a glass of milk just for the sake of it, but probably because we were a skim milk family, it was never all that enjoyable. It's like drinking some kind of like weird milky, like glue water. It was never very, it was gray. It was actually gray. It was not good. And it would smell. It would go bad quick. Oh, just thinking about bad milk. So, I got 6 months to kind of like get my life in order and see how things work. I think it'll be, obviously if it works, it'll be the best thing ever because it's what I like. It's in the realm of things. But even if this doesn't work out, like, I was doing video editing for a buddy. I think I put it somewhere. Yeah. So like Cinemarxism is a streamer in the sort of circle I'm talking about. And I did an edit for their channel. They were like, "Hey, we shot this thing. There's this little rant I did. I think it'd make a really good short. So even if this doesn't work out, at least maybe I can like be a paid editor. I'm supposed to send them an invoice, but I'm not good at like setting prices for what my work is worth, and also I don't necessarily work and then like I don't clock in and work and then clock out when I'm done. It's kind of like a ebb and flow, so it's hard to really figure out exactly how long I was working on a specific project. Things that I should fix for myself. Here, let's I figured I wanted to show this off anyway, so let's pause the music, dip over to a thing, and let's see. Oops, this was a weird little animated thing. Let's see what this. So the real thing changing the climate was he had some trouble with uploading it on TikTok because it would constantly get flagged for not being on the For You page.
They're hitting in Texas.
Okay, hold on. Where's the volume? Here is the volume. I need to get this right. Half the joke is ruined, obviously, but
They're hitting in Texas. This has to be designed. This tweet I kind of wanted to bring up. I am introducing a bill that prohibits the injection, release, or dispersion of chemicals or substances into the atmosphere for the express purpose of altering weather, temperature, climate, or sunlight intensity. It will be a felony offense. I've been researching weather modification and working with his legislative council for months writing this bill. We must end the dangerous and deadly practice of weather modification and geoengineering. I'll just read my tweet. Marjorie Taylor Greene, there actually is a massive conspiracy of extremely wealthy and powerful elite releasing things into our atmosphere that change the weather and make storms worse. At Chevron, at ExxonMobil, at Shell, at US Army. Here are the perpetrators. I don't know why conspiracy theorists don't just like, the weather's changing. It wasn't like this when I was a kid. They gotta be dropping something into the atmosphere. It's like, yeah, dude, you're right. They are. And it's the biggest fucking companies in the world. Like, scientists agree with you. Yeah, it's called fossil fuels. Like, they're releasing carbon into our atmosphere and it's making everything bad. The people doing this have... There are pipelines running across the country. This is what's doing it. And we can stop. Move away from putting that shit into the atmosphere. Would you support that? I would love to work with you on that. It starts with like getting these fucking oil companies out of our fucking lives. They are behind this initiative to divest from anything that studies the climate. They don't want to like have a record of the extreme weather events so that there's a chart that somebody can point to and be like, look, this is National Weather Service data observing the change in the climate, and we can show you it. They don't want you to even be able to know that, and they have all the money and they control the government.
So that was a decent little edit. It didn't take too long to make. I've really enjoyed being a DaVinci Resolve dude, just because it was a good changeover from Premiere for me. Not too hard, and because I learn... Oh god, I think I broke everything by scrubbing the video back and forth. Hold on. Oh crap. We good? Oop. Screens are going black. Okay. Hold on. Coming back. Coming back. I'm back. Okay. Don't grab the timeline and just go crazy. Oh, what? Monitors blinking. Back? I think we're back. Only dropped.